Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen made for an unstoppable team on the court, but it looks like they aren't going to be teaming up ever again. You'll be surprised, but this is because the players' rivalry pushed them apart. Pippen has openly admitted that things were not cool between him and Jordan. Like, come on, how could they be? Since Jordan always had to act like the boss, Pip set the record straight and clarified how he'd always felt bullied around him.
You got that play hard tonight, and we win, you out to hear me no more, ever again.
His teammate never even took him seriously. And on top of that, as a final blow, Jordan didn't even pay him for featuring in his documentary. Kind of a low move. If you don't believe us, you can check out the entire book Pippen wrote on the boiling hot drama between the two for yourself. But even though he's retired now, the underdog couldn't help but keep taking shots at Jordan. He said he could have just as easily taken home the MVP award since he was just as good a hooper as Jordan, maybe even a bit better according to him. Chicago Bulls player Charles Oakley cut in and said that Pippen could believe whatever he wanted, but he couldn't win this argument since Michael was the GOAT.
There, he's got MJ on the left side.
If you don't believe how bad it was between them, here's just one example of a casual day for the pair.
All fake by Michael. Jordan, crossover. Excuse me, I'm sorry. There's nothing you can do about that.
Their clashes during practice sessions for the Bulls. MJ was a legend. Whether it was in an actual match or just practice matches where he would loosen up, he gave us all every day. It's like he got out of bed ready to be the best.
Jordan trying to beat the clock on the other end. Hold on, three. Oh, brother.
One time, Pippen jokingly challenged Michael during practice, and the player just couldn't handle being disrespected like that. What happened next? Well, we kind of feel sorry for Pip. You have to remember that he was one of the best players in the NBA at that time. But when Michael got serious, he looked like a 3-year-old holding the basketball. Net after net, Jordan wiped the floor with him, and it got so embarrassing that Pippen had to pull his teammate aside and ask him to chill out in front of everyone. It's safe to say that things couldn't have gotten any worse between the two, but at least Jordan offered the first hand of truce when he apologized to Scottie for his documentary. Yeah, you heard that right. He actually apologized and said he understood why Pippen was mad. Now, if you need a refresher course on history, we're here to tell you what went down over the documentary.
No stopping that one. Now he's winging it off the official's foot. Behind the back and lays it in.
In 1994, the Bulls had an insane match against the New York Knicks, and they were so evenly matched that the game was a tie. That was until the last 1.8 seconds of the infamous game. That was when Pippen said he wouldn't play anymore and just plopped himself down at the end of the bench. All hope seemed lost until Tony Kukoc made a spectacular hoop right before the match came to an end, and they won.
Myers triggers the inbounds pass. Lob comes into Tony. Look out, it's on line. Yeah! Bulls win! Bulls win it!
Later, Pippen even admitted that it was a solid play, but he just said no comment when asked why he benched himself. Now it looks like that was an embarrassing moment for the players, as he lost his cool when Michael Jordan added that entire thing in his documentary. It's understandable why he was upset, but maybe he should have thought about that before benching himself.
Scottie's gonna sit here.
And with that, it looked like their relationship was over. So yeah, the point guard and the GOAT aren't friends anymore. And it all traces back to where their rivalry actually began. Why, when, how?
By Grant. Again, the Bulls throw it to Pippen, and he scooped it in.
They played together for many, many glorious years and were both in the Bulls' peak glory years between the 1980s and 1990s.
Now tipped away, Pippen tips it into the front court. Now takes it all the way to the rack with a two-hand shot.
When they started out in the late 80s, they were just growing and maturing with each other, and both have admitted that some of the most important things they learned about basketball were from each other. The two had a lot of respect for each other and their teammates, but that didn't mean there was no competitiveness or rivalry.
Scottie on the drive, beats Vinnie Johnson with a behind-the-back move. Left corner, Jordan. Michael fires. Rimming, no!
Both Pippen and Jordan tried to be dominant on the court, but we all know who came out on top as the leading man. When it all ended, they both said they felt sad and had lost a kind of brotherhood that can't be made again. That kind of experience, not a lot of people get to have, and you don't get to share it with many people. We hope they can regain that tight bond somewhere down the line. But it looks quite tough as Pippen seems to be pushed over his limit. One of the biggest reasons that he decided to call it quits with MJ was probably The Last Dance documentary. It was obvious that MJ was the money-making ticket for the Bulls. They gave him editorial control over the team and eventually even the documentary on the Bulls team. And what he did with that power was nothing short of villain behavior. Michael would just make himself look even better for the cameras, gave himself more screen time, and portrayed himself in a better light. Pippen blamed him a lot for why the rest of the team felt so excluded all the time. He said that the documentary was just one of the things that showed Michael's true nature. He also said that Jordan would try to one-up everybody all the time, and he would glorify himself, like, a lot.
Allen with 17 as Jordan answers.
It's also not like the GOAT didn't know how his teammates felt. When Pippen told him that he was upset over the documentary and how it just glossed over most of the team and their basketball legacies, it just focused heavily on Michael and his experience in the team.
Jaren Jackson. Michael up over David Robinson.
Pippen said he was disappointed and was expecting to see some quality footage of the entire team. Jordan just agreed with him and said that if they switched places, he would be upset too. And that was that. The audacity to say that to someone you shared such a huge part of your life with. But perhaps the final nail in the coffin between the two was Marcus Jordan and everything that he did to turn things from bad to worse. To answer this question, we're first going to have to look at who Larsa Pippen is. As you probably guessed from her last name, she's the ex-wife of Scottie Pippen. And recently, there have been rumors of a scandalous romance happening between her and Marcus Jordan. They were spotted cuddling up together during a dinner in 2022. And according to the eyewitnesses there, they most definitely are a thing. By the end of the date, she was practically sitting on his lap, probably making a lot of other onlookers very uncomfortable. So why is it all such a huge deal? Let people be with who they want, right? Obviously. But Marcus Jordan is the oldest son of, yep, you guessed that right, Michael the GOAT Jordan.
Michael Jordan gets in the passing lane and Phillips with a turnover.
If your rival son starts dating your partner, we bet that would probably worsen things a bit more. And that's why the two are trying to keep their relationship on the down low. Like Pippen needed another reason to hate Michael, but apparently Scottie and Larsa had a very amicable split in 2021. She came in an interview and said that she was very proud of her ex-husband and she had immense respect and love for everything he did for her.
You know, Scottie was winning without Michael, but Michael wasn't winning without Scottie, so I have to give Scottie credit.
All right.
Just saying.
That was the entire beef between Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, so it's clear that they can't be friends anymore. See you in the next video.